You know, I'm amazed. Just a little tender love and care, and oh, I can't zoom in. It's not cool. I thought I'd be able to zoom in with the camera. So you see what's happening here? What it is isn't exactly clear. Here, buy that stock. Hey, so what's up, y'all? I didn't mean to get off topic yesterday. The market never goes down. Market never goes down, right? We're power gapping. Now it's going into month 3. Market never goes down, right? So if you thought that a conflict between Israel and Iran, the same two countries that have been fighting for 3,000 years, was going to derail the market, why? Because the market's connected to reality of some kind? No, the market's living in another dimension. And that dimension that it lives in knows, right, that unless there's a cloud coming your way filled with nuclear waste from a bomb that just went off, and by the way, if that ever does happen, I'm still torn whether or not I want to live through it and try to survive in the post apocalyptic Armageddon that I've been preparing for with my guns and my food and my weapons and my knives and all these self defense classes I've taken. Or do I really want to do all that? Do I want to have to rebuild humanity? Or do I just want to be in the blast radius? I'm torn. I'll admit, part of me wants to see what the post apocalyptic world would look like. And again, it would probably be just like the movies. We'd all find new ways. We'd come together for a moment in unity as we all found groups of survivors, and then inevitably we'd all kill each other anyway over what remaining scraps of food was left. But the market is in a different dimension. The market looks at the future, which AI is still happening, powered by quantum computing, also being powered by semiconductors. And we've already crashed twice. So there's nowhere else to go but up, probably for the next 3 to 8 years. And considering the market tried to sell off Thursday, we just started a new bull market. So the new bull market just started on Thursday. So a lot of people that say, oh, who's buying stocks up here? You're chasing the market. Who's chasing the market? Nobody's chasing the market. The market never goes down. So even if it does fall, then what? And it goes back up, right? All right, enough of that commentary. You get the joke now, right? Right? You get the joke, right? Because it's not about what the market does next week or the week after. It's about knowing that the solar stocks were about to break out yesterday, but Trump, because he manipulates the market better than anybody, that's the one thing he actually does better than anybody. Because he's a charlatan, he's a con man, he's a scumbag, right? And he knows what to do at least. This is where you got to give the guy some credit. By the way, how sick is it the president of the United States can warn an entire country to evacuate? Okay. I thought there was another step to that. So I thought he was doing them a favor. I think in a way, is he just fucking with Iran? You might want to evacuate, which is kind of hilarious. But you know what I would like to see? 90 million people on fire. There's only 90 million people there. And if you say, oh, well, to save the innocent civilians, no, there are no innocent civilians in a war. That's why they call it war. It's ugly and awful. And they voted the people in. If they want, if there are good people there, let them uprise. If not, you're all complicit. Anyway, I don't want to have this conversation, but no, Trump's a fucking retarded scumbag cunt. But anyway, SRM's going up. That's what matters right now. So I know my commentary about the market tends to lean to the idea that I'm swing trading or investing. I am in the Qs, but just knowing the market never goes down and you come in, right? And you say, all right, Well, solar looks like it's getting hammered. Cool. Just wait for the faux show, bro. Fake out, shake out. I got early in, I lost, and then it faux show, bro. So I tried the 1550 faux show, bro. Didn't work. Lost $120. But then it faux show, bro, under 14. Bought the 14, got paid up to 15, got paid a little bit more. I was very happy with my 15, so I sold it and missed the other point, and then became a short again, and now back in. So now here's SRM, right? Nobody cares. What do? They sell Disney toys, right? Right? Who cares what they do? Stock was on fire yesterday. You know it's a pump and dump. You know it's inevitably going to zero, but before stocks to go to zero, they tend to have these faux show bro moments. So fake out, shake out, starts to rally. You buy it and you use the fake out and the shake out areas as you're out. And then you got stocks like QSG, which is a fake Chinese company, serves no purpose, doesn't even exist. But I just happen to see it going across the scanner. Faux show bro, faux show bro. Two faux show bro, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. So buying it at 1280, got a buck out of it. I mean, didn't do it, but that was one on our list. AMD this morning. You know, AMD was being accumulated yesterday. So today they had some bizarro candle at the beginning of the day, which was real. Then it came right back, and then it faux show broed 3 different times for profits. And yeah. So the idea is knowing that we're not going to go down, right? So the way I stay bearish the market, even though I know it's never going down ever again, is that I don't own much. I don't do much swing trading. And luckily I didn't swing trade any solar, because solar stocks looked like they were going to break out, but I don't swing trade and I don't invest. So I chose not to get involved. But today, after the crash, now you get involved. Just like SBET, SRPT, SOXL on the crash. By the way, I am swing trading SOXL. I think it's going to 27.50. I also think NVIDIA is going to $250 a share. And that's what's going to take the Qs up to 620. So somebody on TikTok, I don't know if you're out there, but when I was talking about how the market's never going to go down ever again after April 9th, they said I was insane. And then again, after May 11th, after the power gap, which was solidified everything I was saying, the person said, "You do this for a living?" Insinuating that buying stocks was a terrible idea. All right, well, join me in a half an hour. We're going to go over some of these charts, some of this list. I'll give you some new ideas if you guys are interested. I'm doing a show with StockTwits, the midday review. Google me. Or, yeah, I saw zero. Yeah, it's going to zero. Biotech stock up on news, shorted either today or tomorrow. Unless they cured whatever they're saying that they're involved in, it's a short. Well, it was a short. It's not a short now. But doesn't matter. Day's over. I take the money and run. I was tempted to short the Qs a couple of times today, and then I realized why. But the solar stocks, that's where you want to be watching the next couple of days, because they'll rebound. They don't have to go back to where they came from to make money. All you need is a couple of points. First Solar, Sedge, ENPH. Good times. All right, I'll see you guys at 12. Let me just put the link in here if you guys are interested. Look. Ooh, cool. This is a cool feature. If you got a Mac, this is what you can do now. And by the way, this stock too, apps. So company reports earnings and doesn't tank on the app, you buy it, right? I'm absolutely surprised that this thing's doing what it's doing, but that's why I only trade charts. Gap and go on an earnings report, you don't normally see it. So I was looking for a reason to short it, and it never developed. Here I was looking for the double bottom break, VWAP rollover, and it ain't going down, so I ain't shorting it. Zoop. All right. So there you go. Let's see if I find you the link here. If you go to Stock Twits, if you go to YouTube and type in Stock Twits, I'm already ready to go. You'll see my silly looking face on a little banner. Ow. Woo. Toothache. And $7.49. And so type in Stock Twits and watch this. Here I am. I'm going in a half an hour. Look, the countdown is on. Fun. And if anybody happens to be in New Jersey, slightly stupid this Sunday, I'll see you. Bring your own weed. Wait, more importantly, if you're in SRM, hold on, it's moving. It moved, Jerry. All right, so SRM, the idea is that we've sold and we've sold some more, and now the stop is this price right there, 713 and 702. So either we sell 713 or 702, or the stock's going to 768 and then 100 and then 0. So inevitably that stock will be at 0 too, but you always want to watch the stock that was the pump and dump the day before. Usually it gets dumped, but if it gets pumped again, all the people that reshorted it today, thinking for it to roll over, get slammed. And that's why I buy the stock. And that's why knowing me is great, because as a former trader who used to believe shorting was a viable way of trading, it's no longer a viable way of trading anymore. You should just never bother shorting. Just wait for the pullback, trap the short, buy the stock, crush the short. That's the proper way of doing it. And that's why you see me buying today Sedge, SRM, SRPT, and basically anything that's blood red that gets me interested, because there's always short covering, and chances are you could be on your way to a reversal, because shorting is not a viable way to make money trading any longer. It's almost pointless. It's to the point where if you just don't short and you stay focused on long trades, you'll be fine. So somebody once said, "Hey, I don't know if I really want to join your service because you seem to be talking about shorting." I talk about it. We don't short stocks any longer. We haven't shorted. I have not even when the market was crashing. I was buying April 9th. I was buying the 11th, right? Shorting doesn't work. Shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. It's absolutely irrelevant now. You should know the market mechanics. You should know the mind of the shorter and the idea of shorting, because then you get to see the market for what it is, a manipulative tool to take money from shorters and the impatient and give it to the longs and the patient. That's all it is. On every time frame, from the day trade to the swing to the investment. That's all it is. Transfers of wealth between people who think the market's going down, the impatient to the patient. That's why every year my father makes more money than all of us, because all he does is the same shit every year. Buy the dip and wait. And we never go down. And once again, he's right. again. All right. I see you guys. Be careful.